Hello, friends. Swans have come to symbolize boundless loyalty. A swan recognizes his girlfriend by her looks and will never confuse her with anyone else. He passionately protects his chosen one and their children, and if needed, will even attack a person. If one of these birds passes away, most often the other one can't bear the loneliness and dies as well. The love between swans is characterized by excellent qualities: caring for each other, friendship, protection, and empathy. The story we will tell you today only confirms everything that is said about these beautiful birds. A couple of swans were brought to the Museum Reserve in Gachina, Russia, from the St. Petersburg Park of Culture and Leisure to revive the royal tradition of keeping these beautiful birds in the ponds near the palace. The workers of the Museum Reserve cared for and loved the birds. The swans went everywhere together. It felt that the birds had a human-like relationship, and the workers had no doubt that the love between them was real. The workers were so happy when the female laid 6 eggs. Everyone waited for the little swans impatiently. But tragedy struck from a place no one expected. The female swan died protecting the nest from a dog's attack. The eggs were placed in an incubator, but only a single baby hatched. Everyone was worried about the swan widower. He hid in the thickets and stopped appearing in public, so all the employees feared that he would die. From the moment that the pair of swans were brought to the park, they became very popular with the local residents. Many came to the park to draw and observe the birds. So when the tragedy struck, everyone was worried about the fate of the remaining swan and his offspring. One city resident wrote on her social media, "I am so happy to hear that a baby survived, since he and the widower are the last birds of their kind in the Gachina Reserve." After a while, an incredibly cute video spread on social media. It featured a swan with a tiny chick. He gave the baby rides on his back, taught him to pinch grass and clean feathers. The story of the swan and his tiny son from Gachina touched the hearts of millions of people. When the single dad took on the responsibility of raising the baby, TV stations filmed news segments on them, and people held their breaths as they followed the fate of the birds. Of course, the swan had difficulties raising the baby without his spouse, but he served as an example to people by becoming a perfect father. Today, the baby had grown and turned into a beautiful, almost adult swan. Now the residents of Gachina hope that a female will come to the royal park so that one of the swans would be able to continue the species with her. In this way, the more than 2-century-old tradition of swans in the Gachina Park will not be interrupted once again, but will continue instead. We think that you would be interested in learning a few interesting facts about swans. These birds are caring and attentive not only to their soulmates, but to their offspring as well. If a member of the flock gets sick, the rest will care for him and will not leave him alone even if the time has come to fly away. They defend themselves from predators by hitting them with their wings. One hit is enough to break the bones of the enemy. All baby swans are gray. They begin to turn white only around 3 years of age. I think everyone remembers the fairy tale about the ugly duckling. Also, the color of the swan depends on its habitat. Snow white swans can be found in the north, but they become darker closer to the south. That's exactly where black swans reside. These birds have a good memory. They will always remember those who wronged them and will take revenge at the first opportunity. People love these beautiful birds and often feed them bread, which is a fatal mistake. Swans cannot digest baked goods and can die from them. Friends, that's all for today. Don't forget to share this video with your friends, since they also need cheering up. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.